Okay.
We have lots of people, even over in the UK, that are like, that's 2 a.m. my time. I'm not going to make it on. So, okay. So I have some questions for you, and you guys are on here. We're just going to go back and forth with Joel, the Q&A style, and then if we have a little bit of time at the end, you can post your questions into the chat, and we can see if we can answer them. If not, I might even be able to answer them myself from the test group. So
yeah.
What makes LIIFT4 so unique and, you know, different from any other programs out there?
What a good question, Casey. So first of all, hi everybody. Thanks for having me on. And I know like all the times are kind of crazy right now, but so thank you for being flexible. And you know, if this is not your normal time, I appreciate it. For all the UK peeps who are going to watch this later, I hope you're having a great sleep. So you know, with LIIFT4, yeah, it's Casey. And look, there's going to be, you can answer a lot of the questions when it comes to the high level of what the program entails, and you guys can read the you can read the program guide and the product guide and get a pretty good sense of it. So I definitely want to spend the time, because I do have a hard out in 30 minutes to get to the next call. So I definitely want to spend the time of helping you guys understand really based on that question and some other things of like what is it about LIIFT4 that's going to be unique, because there's so much, you know, look, every like 3 to 6 months, there's a new program coming out from Beachbody, and they're all great. Like, look, Quarter Force, hello. I love that one. And personally, and, but with LIIFT4, it was like, I went about it a different way. And what I mean by that is I've been, for those of you who don't know, I've been in the fitness industry now for over 15 years. I've worked, in every position in the industry. I started out when I was 19 at the front desk at the gym, in West Texas, and then just got into the business of it and really worked my way up on the business side, and then worked for the State Department of Health in Washington State for 4 years. So I was on the government side, and then on Beachbody on the home fitness side. And so I've been, you know, I've been around, and I gotten around the fitness world. And you know, the things that I've noticed up until this point, it's like we're still having the same conversations, the same questions, the same issues, the same barriers to health and fitness. Like this, we're still, the fact like 80% of the population really don't work out very much, and our obesity issues are still going on. This is all around the world. It's not just the United States. So I'm like, man, what are we missing? And that was really how I wanted to go about creating something. It wasn't just I wanted to create because I like weightlifting. I like doing hip movements because I hate cardio. So that was how I was like, okay, that's my love. But I really wanted to make something that was going to be realistic, and that word stuck with me, and simplicity stuck with me. As I said, in the whole design of this program was success is going to be in the simplicity of it. And so I stuck with that as we went through it. And I think that, you know, in thinking about the general population of the world, people want to be healthy, they want to be fit, they want to look good naked, but they also want pizza and wine and burgers and tacos and cheeseburgers. I'm just listing out the things that I like. So, you know, that's the reality of it. And it's one of those things that's where, you know, the past few, I think like maybe 5 years, I feel like we've kind of trended this direction of where it has this feeling of where it's all or nothing. And I don't believe that. I don't believe it's an all or nothing thing. I believe you can totally find your balance, or whatever you want to call it, moderation. I call it consistency. And I believe that that's what this program really reflects, is a realistic fitness program, a realistic fitness regimen that you can stick with, because it's 4 days a week, 30 to 40 minutes workout. That's only 2 to 2.5 hours total a week. So that's doable. From the nutrition standpoint, very, very simple. And, you know, you obviously, we can talk more about that in a minute, but I really wanted to create something, as I said, realistic, and finally, I wanted something where you mold it around your life. This is supposed to enhance your life. Health and fitness is supposed to make your life better. It's not supposed to consume you. Like this is my job. My job is fitness, yet it doesn't consume me. And I'm like sitting here in front of my computer. I've got 2 computer screens up. I'm just going crazy right now with LIIFT4 stuff, but like, it's a job, and I walk away from it, and I spend time with my wife and my cats, and, you know, that's our kids. And like, we go do things like that, and everything I do enhances that. And I really feel that's what this is supposed to do. And LIIFT4 is going to do that. That's why I feel it's unique.
That's awesome. All my cat loving people on this call are like, oh, we love cats. Like, I know that.
I got a furry butthead like right here asleep in the other chair too.
So funny. You guys are hilarious. Okay, so a question that I'm getting a ton is, like, it's only 4 days a week. How can you get in shape, you know, in 4 days a week? What other activities do I have to be doing? What am I supposed to do on the 3 days off, right? So do I need to be doing other activities during, you know, the off time, or like
Yeah. Well, and look, this is a huge, I understand, this is a huge mental mind shift that is going to happen with this because of, think of, again, like we've been trending to working out more rather than less up until this point. So even with Core to Force, look, Core to Force is a 30-day shredding program, but you're doing something every single day, which you're going to get amazing results, but it's not sustainable. And that's what I wanted to make sure that LIIFT4 was going to do. So of course I wouldn't create something that's, hey, by the way, do this, but then make sure you do these other things on these other days. Like that kind of defeats the purpose. So in terms of the design is solid, guys, and you will get everything you need in the 4 days. And because it's all based around the pacing, it's based around the structure, and it's based around exactly what we do in those 30 to 40 minutes, to the point where giving your body the rest, those 3 days, and rest days just in this program simply means you're not doing this program. It just means that you're not lifting and you're not doing high intensity interval training. That's it. Doesn't mean you're sitting on your butt, twiddling your thumbs, waiting for the next day to roll around to do your workout. You're living your life, whatever that entails. Swim, bike, run, any activities that you want to do, chase your children around. That's a freaking activity. You're going to be moving. So it's really whatever you want to do, but in those rest days, what is happening from a physiological perspective is basically during the 30 to 40 minute workouts, what we're going to do is we're going to break your body down. That's what weightlifting does in terms of growing muscle, is we're breaking muscle down. And the way we break muscle down is challenging your muscles to lift heavier. And then the only way for your muscles to regenerate and grow back stronger and increase your strength is to give them ample time to recover. And what typically happens is if you're working out at this intensity, at this pace, I'm just talking about my program, nothing else. If you work out at this pace and this intensity every single day, you're going to overtrain, and you're just not simply giving your muscles enough time and your body enough time to repair, replace, your muscles to repair, replace the glycogen depletions in your muscles and your body. So that's why, the test groups right now, the original test groups have seen such amazing results just off of 4 days, because they're actually giving their body time. So the results don't happen in your workouts. The results happen after your workouts, and the more time you give it to recover. So you don't have to do anything else in terms of working out. You get to do other things. You get to do the things that you wanted to do, whatever those may be.
Yeah. And what I noticed too in the test group is, like, on your rest days, because it's such a lifestyle and you design a lifestyle around it, I've actually wanted to golf, or I've wanted to go and ride a bike. And I'm like, what are all these new things that I can try that I'm bringing into my life that before I was like, I don't have time. I don't have time for it, or I'm too tired. So it's really creating like a healthy, like fulfilling lifestyle for people too, right? Bringing other activities into it. So I found it really exciting for that. What do you see are the reasons that other workouts and gyms are not working for our clients?
I think it's just, again, it comes back to the simplicity and flexibility. When it comes to the gym world, and look, I was in that world for a very long time, and still love it. I mean, I still love occasionally going to the gym and working out and seeing all my friends there. But it's just, the thing about the gym is it can be very, very intimidating. Besides just geographically isolated, so you don't have a gym around you, you're at your SOL right there. But it can also be very, very intimidating. You come into a gym, there's a lot of equipment, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of butt heads that don't re-rack their weights. There's just all kinds of stuff going on in there. And, social media has made it even worse, because people see someone else do something, they try to do it, and, they're called gym fails. And they're really funny to watch on Instagram. If you haven't seen it, you should. So there's a lot of stuff happening in the gym that can really scare people away or prevent them from getting results. And then, and it's a place you have to go too. So if there's something that happens, there's no flexibility in a gym membership. Like, if you don't go, that's it. You're not getting anything out of it. So, all those things right there can lead to this feeling of defeat, or feeling of failure. And it's the same thing with any programming that's too hard. There we go.
Sorry, can you hear me? Oh,
there we go. I unmuted myself.
Sorry, I have no idea what just happened. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying, it's just, so basically, long story short with that is just the fact of, having something that when you have something that you're not able to stick with, or if you have something that where you feel you have to, FOMO of your life, fear of missing out on your life, where you have to say no to something that your friends are doing. You go out on a Wednesday night and they're all ordering a wine, a shot or shots, and you can't do it. And it kind of sucks. You become like the black sheep. So there's all these things that lead to this feeling of failure or that you're missing out. And the minute that someone gets that feeling, that goes, like, that's psychological. That makes you not want to do this anymore. And that's why people quit, right? So if you do something where you not only see amazing results, but you also get to live your life, that's going to keep you going. And that's what we're after here, is realism and sustainability. So it doesn't matter if you're a gym or a home program. It just, what LIIFT4 does is it brings this sustainable approach to living. It's not just 8 weeks. It's a simple fact that you can do this the rest of your life. This is how I live my life and enjoy it. And it's worked for me so far.
Yeah, that's awesome. I totally agree. And that was like one of the hugest things. I mean, like, I've been a coach for 5 years, and every single program that I've done, it has always felt like I was either on track or I was off track. And a lot of our customers, they're either on track or they're off track. And the second that they do something wrong, they feel like they failed the whole program. Now I got to start day 26 all over again. And it's like, then you feel like a failure because, you're kind of like, I don't know what to say to you. Like, you didn't fail. This is a lifelong, journey that we're going on together. And this program really helped me see, like, you can still live and do the things, but it just fits, right? And that you don't ever have to feel like a failure. You just kind of work it into your life, which is like, so incredible for the mass amount of people.
There's no, and look, because with 4 days, there's no such thing as missing a day.
Yeah.
Like, you have 4 days to fit into 7. And, so it's been awesome to be on these calls to get a lot of different people's perspective. And one from the past couple of calls was a nurse's schedule, 3 12-hour shifts. Oh my God, like, that's incredible. It sucks, but that's amazing that they can do that. But now it's even more amazing they can still do LIIFT4, because on those, when they're not working, they can do their workouts. Like, and so there was a nurse that was really excited about that. Like, so there's a lot of different shifts and things, people coming at me with this. And I think, that was the thing, is really wanting to make this attainable for everybody. We're not just going after people who are already working out. I'm going after the 80% of the population who aren't, and really want to think about every single excuse. So think of every single excuse that you've heard from your teams, from your customers. And so far, I haven't come up against one that LIIFT4 doesn't go after or answer. So far, so good.
Totally. We have, like, in Canada, we have a lot of people that work 4 and 4 split shifts. And so it's been really hard. They're like, I don't know what to do. I can't start a program because then I'm gone for work and stuff. So it's really cool to say, like, when you come home, you work out. When you go to work, you work, right? And so it's been really nice for that. What else do we see? Did you answer why will LIIFT4 solve these problems?
I feel like I did.
Yeah, I think so too.
Everybody forget if I did?
I think so. I think that we get, like, a pretty good idea. Yeah, okay. What would you say is the reason we as coaches are so valuable in the equation of LIIFT4 coming up?
Look, this is, as a coach, from a business perspective for you guys, I'm not a coach, but as you guys as coaches, as a coach, I think this is an amazing time because you have so much opportunity between now. Because look, LIIFT4 comes out October 1st. That's like the actual launch date, because that's when it goes into bot all access. So that's what this is considered. So, when you're talking to people, when does LIIFT4 come out? You actually should be saying it comes out October 1st. That's your first answer, is how it should be phrased, because now then you backfill it with everything else. This whole VIP early access idea is not a conspiracy to get $40 more from you. It's actually a tool that came from Carl and the teams and coach advisory board. Those guys represent you and saying, hey, we need more help to help build our business. And that's exactly what VIP early access will do. Is it will only help build your business. By bringing people into this, they can do this early. They can get more time with you. You guys, if you do it, you get more time with me in the Facebook group. That starts on July 16th when we start the program. And that's me, man. I'm going to be sitting in this chair right here answering questions all day long in that group. So, this is a great opportunity for you to not just start a program early, but to learn everything you can and become an expert on this program. Like, you don't have to know everything about the back end of the structure. That's my job. That's the team's job. But your job is to learn everything you can on the front end of this program and how it's going to fit into all of your customers' lifestyles, because that's where the value comes into it. Like, it's not a matter of saying, hey, this is a great new program. Well, yeah, every new program that comes out from Beachbody is a great new program. What people want to know is, how is this going to help them? How is it going to fit into my life? What's it going to, we call it, in marketing, when I was a marketing director, we call it WIFM. What's in it for me? That's what people are looking for. That's advertising 101. I want to know what's in it for me. How are you going to make my life better? Why do I need to spend $1,000 on the iPhone X? I don't need to, but I'm gonna, because it's cool and there's value behind it. So the minute you can help put value into this product, that's going to be huge. You're going to be there every single day with your team. I'm not. I'm only there 2.5 hours a week, so that's not very long. But you guys are there to help make sure they drink their Shakeology every day. They're getting their Beachbody performance after their recover post workout, because that's when they need it the most. And they're staying on track. Like, that's huge. That's why you guys are there. That's why you're called a coach. You're not called a salesperson. You're called a coach. Your job is to help these people. And so I think you guys have some amazing tools. It's brand new. It's never been here before with the VIP early access. And if anybody, if you still don't think it's worth the $40, look, here's the best analogy I can come up with about this whole thing. If Star Wars is coming out, say Star Wars goes on pre-sale on 6/11. Monday it goes out for sale, because then you go see it in the theater starting July 16th. If you don't want to, then don't, and just wait until it comes out on cable October 1st. It's that simple. There's no conspiracy here or anything like that. It's just simple tools to help you guys.
That's awesome. So now you guys, like, it should be very clear. It was kind of confusing at first, like when they're like, okay, so we're launching this, but actually it doesn't come out till October, but it doesn't come out till July. And everyone's like, what in the hell is going on right now? Like, I'm so confused. But you guys, here's the thing. This program was not supposed to come out until October. We fought as, like, the people in the round table and, you, Joel, everybody fought to say we want these early access opportunities. And we need you guys to look at this as if you are the second round of the test group. We've gone through it, and now it's you guys saying, hey, look at us doing it. And then it comes out for everybody else in October. So understanding that this is a really unique opportunity that we fought really hard for within the network to get, these early launches and early access to all of this stuff. So you guys know when it comes out, like, it's going on sale on June 11th, and then we can actually start utilizing the program July 16th, which gives you guys some time to, like, sell those challenge packs and wrap your head around it. So when we talk about the different offers and different bundles and stuff happening, what do you recommend? Like, what is your recommendation?
Yeah, it's a great question, because there's a lot, right? There's there's like 20 iterations in the UK and Canada. There's a little less, but honestly, anything. Look, we know Shakeology is the non-negotiable. That's every day, so we know that already. Anything seriously that has Beachbody Performance Recover, that's my staple. That's what you have to have. Protein is the building block to muscle growth and synthesis and repair and recovery, so you have to do that. I personally would suggest getting them pretty much energize, recover, and recharge. Those are my three that I would really go after for people, because those proteins are so necessary for this. Casey, you can vouch in the test group. I've been, like, just hammering you guys on eating your protein. Anybody who's going to go be in the coach test group starting July 16th, I'm going to hammer you on eating your protein as well. That's the building block. That's the basis. So anything with those in there, and just but again, you should know who your audience is and who you're talking to. If you talk to someone who travels all the time, then you should probably talk to them about one of the packs that have the resistance bands in it to travel with them. So be smart about and understanding your audience and tailoring the particular package to who you're talking to. That's really where you're going to see the success, and not have to go battle price objections and all that stuff that's not fun. Mm-hmm.
When people ask me if they need the performance line, I'm like, try and do it without. You'll make it 3 days, and then you're going to pay the shipping to Canada is $20. So it's such an intensive program that it's like, you're crazy if you don't do it completely with your whole heart in it. Right. So,
right. Yeah. And look, you don't need to shower every day, but it's a good idea. And so, you know, why don't we do the stuff that will help our bodies? Now I know, and I do know that people, I've made a point to say this in every call, because I know I know there's people that can't do whey and casein proteins. So we had a great call with Dr. Luigi on this, and he suggested doing vegan Shakeology post-workout, because that will still give you your necessary protein.
Okay. I'm just going to ask you one question really quick on that. Is there going to be a vegan meal plan included in the nutrition? Do you understand what I'm saying? Will there be a vegan option? Yeah.
There's a vegan nutrition plan in LIIFT4.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Because I know that it's like a big question. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know how y'all do it. I love cheeseburgers, but to each their own, for sure.
Oh, I couldn't. But hey, there's lots of them. So
have a great time with your veggie patty.
Where can they get more information on the packs and bundles?
So I think everything everything is loaded in your back office now, in your COO. I'm getting all these acronyms down. And I believe the FAQ is 7500, 7500 is the FAQ. But you guys, seriously, if you haven't gone into your back office yet and looked at all the stuff that's there, please do. There is so much in there, and there is, like, we did a bunch of videos that you guys can download and share. Like, there's so much content on there already. So if you're looking for how to share stuff, you know, go on there and check it out. And then always, you know, you can repost, like, steal all my stuff that I'm reposting too. Like, it ain't gonna hurt my feelings. But yeah, just make sure you have all the stuff that you need to keep pushing this.
Cool. Just as a starting point, I know lots of people have been asking you, like, as a starting point, what are some weight selection points, like for women and for men? Like, when I think about equipment, what are like the kind of the weight ranges that like someone starting out on this program would be looking at? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, look, we want to keep everything very, very simple with LIIFT4. So it's the same thing in the weight selection to start. So depending on, you know, it's dumbbells only. There's no other equipment. It's just dumbbells, no balls, no bands, no loops, no medicine ball, no nothing. I want to just keep it very, very simple. So for ladies, if you're, you know, a good range to start with is pretty much have 5 to 20s pounds available, and then guys, depending on you know, this is for everybody's fitness level, and then guys, you know, probably between 10 to 30 to start. But I'm gonna say that for everybody, that's to start. You like, this is hypertrophy training, which is 3 sets of 10, which will increase your strength pretty quickly. So it's not going to be very long where you're going to have to go out and buy some more weights. I think pretty much everybody in the test group has gone and gotten heavier weights at some point in the past 6 or 7 weeks, which is awesome. So you're going to see some amazing strength increases on this. So again, you know, try not to, because I do have gotten some messages about this, like, oh, hey, I use this weight for this program, so will that work for this one? I get it. You know, you want to compare something you've never done to something you have done, you know, compare the unknown to the known, but this is unlike anything you've done before. Hopefully you did the free preview, so you got a little taste, a little snippet of it. But yeah, it's gonna put a whooping on you, but you're gonna get so much stronger, so much faster, especially with the recovery days. So I'd start with that, and then just be ready. Amazon Prime is free shipping, so order your heavy stuff from there.
Like, actually though, you get so much stronger, so much faster. When we started this program, I like the Select Techs, I couldn't lift the weight to put them on the thing. And like this week I started using the last weight on the entire thing, like the 55-pound weights. And that's something I wouldn't have even been able to like unrack. So it's super cool. It's awesome. You guys, like, the progression that you see is so empowering. It's just like, it's addicting, kind of. Yeah. Okay, so being in respect of time, we have like 5 minutes left. Do you have any other parting words of wisdom for us on here?
You know, in terms of, there's 2 things. One, when it comes, you know, speaking of the weights and the weight thing, you know, I've been getting a lot of messages, you know, I get a lot of messages for everything, obviously, but, so getting a lot of messages when it comes to this, asking people are like, hey, is this going to, what's this going to do in terms of results? I want to tone up. I want to lose some fat and tone up. Okay, cool. We all do. So it kind of goes hand in hand on this one. So really, when it comes to lifting weights, you know, you kind of have to rethink this a little bit. And what muscle does, when you build muscle, muscle burns more calories throughout the day than anything else in your body in terms of, especially with fat. So the more muscle you have in your body, you become a calorie burning machine, which is amazing. But you got to lift, you got to grow the muscle. So this, for ladies that have this notion of getting bulky or getting manly, look, you have the testosterone in your body of like a 5-year-old boy running through you. So you're not going to get manly and bulky. That's not where this fluffy look comes from. Fluffy is fat, and that fat comes from excess cupcakes. Like, we know where that comes from. Let's go after what we really want, which is toned muscle, lean muscle, and that's what we're going to do here. Is we're going to work through that. So, get away from the bulky feeling, the manly feeling. You're only doing yourself a disservice when you have that mindset. So hopefully we can, LIIFT4 will help change that. Nobody in the test group has looked no woman, lady has looked even remotely manly in any of the groups so far, and I've never met one that has, unless they have a deeper voice than me and popping testosterone pills, but that's a whole different story. So yeah, just get away from that mindset, and then seriously, as we go throughout this process, you guys, I promise you, it's very, very simple. It's very effective. So seriously, just relax. I know the 4 days is a total mind shift, and it's hard to comprehend that because you haven't done it, but we wouldn't put something out that doesn't work, for one, we as in Beachbody, and I wouldn't have put, a couple of years of effort into something that I didn't truly believe in and really think that's going to work. So I know what you've been doing, definitely a new mind shift, a new mindset, but I promise just give it a chance. And I think after the first week, starting obviously Monday, everything goes on sale. I've got a hybrid calendar coming out that I'll post tomorrow on my social media channels, and then everyone can share it. So you'll get a nice little B4 LIIFT4 ramp up with those workouts if you buy the early access starting on Monday. And then when we start on the 16th, just give me like a couple of weeks. And I promise you that even in pretty much a week into it, Casey, you can vouch for this and talk more about this maybe after I get off. Like, just even like the first 2 days, you're just like, oh, okay, now I get it. Yeah. So just relax, everybody. It's good. This is supposed to be fun. Fitness is supposed to be fun. If it's not, like, there's so much of the crap out in the world. Like, that's not fun. This should be fun. This should enhance your life, and you should have a good time while you're doing it.
It's fun. We've been having fun, and it's just, yeah, it's awesome. I love the group that we're in. I love the energy of our test group and, what we've created there. And I feel like all of the people in there and spending those 8 weeks with you and together and like learning everything that we have learned, I think that the challenge groups coming out of it and what we can offer our customers and what us in the test group are going to be able to offer, the rest of our team. And it's just, I think it's going to be so incredible, and what's to come is really exciting. So I'm excited to see you at Summit on
Likewise.
Friday.
Yeah, likewise. I'll see all of y'all there, hopefully.
You betcha. Cool. Well, awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I'll let you go. Look at us going for time.
Okay. Yeah, thanks everybody.
Awesome.
See you soon.
Have a good night.
Bye.